hello. How's it going, people? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. And on a sour note, we are starting today with the fact that, let's be real, the season is over. If you needed any more proof that the season was over even beforehand, now you can see it fully on paper, of course. You can see it right now, you saw it today. Man City got absolutely annihilated by Liverpool. 11 points clear. Let's be real, season is over. Premier League is over, title race is over, season also is over because I have zero trust and belief whatsoever, and even negative number belief that we could do anything even in Champions League. Even if we somehow managed to basically crawl past PSV to some extent. Next round, Atletico Madrid or Real Madrid, let's be real, we are not beating them. There's no chance in hell as well, so might as well pack it up, pack it in, and just, well, it's done and dusted. So what today we're gonna talk about? Obviously, the title race, that it's over and everything. I'm gonna talk about Martin Odegaard because for me, and to some extent for many people in recent days, well, in at least these 2 days, it has been the hot topic because based on how he performed yesterday and what he did yesterday, and if you look at the retrospect over the whole season, even the half season before that, again, he's not it. He's not the captain that we should be having. He's not the guy who's gonna get us over the line and everything. And yeah, just not good enough. And the big question still stands. Should Arteta be sacked right now? Because in my opinion it should, but there is obviously still Arsenal fans who believe that he's right man for the job. He still needs some money and everything, because I've been tweeted that today on Twitter, I've been seeing that on streams, I've been seeing that on podcasts, that there are still people who back Mikel Arteta. And to be honest, it's their opinion. I'm gonna let them believe that. They can at least they stand for what they believe in. They don't flip-flop from game after game, let's just put it that way. But yeah, if you're new around here, of course, everything, subscribe helps a lot. Like the stream helps a lot as well, to share it around and everything, and leave your thoughts down in the live chat. Let's tackle them, let's discuss, because overall it's not the most positive thing to talk about today. Another day, another Arsenal stream, and unfortunately we're gonna talk about another Wimpa. Let's just put it that way. It is what it is, I guess, at the end of the day, but hey, we are where we are. We are Arsenal, and we shouldn't be in this position, but yet here we are. And one of the first things I want to talk about today is, in general, was the game against West Ham, but not in a way that we talked about it yesterday and in those type, shapes, or forms. We're going to talk about this. West Ham results overall. Have you noticed a trend in this? Have you noticed the trend? They got smashed by Liverpool, by Man City, by Villa, by Palace, then they drew to Villa. Then they lost to Chelsea, they lost to Brentford, and of course Arsenal then come around, Christmas Santa Claus FC, and give them a win. Basically that's what it was. And yesterday the energy wasn't there, you could see that it wasn't there, and ultimately West Ham got, for them, very important 3 points. Arsenal basically screwed up big time and lost very important 3 points. We are getting done over by West Ham. We got done over last year, 2-0 loss at home as well. And this year, same thing, just 1-0. But if you look in this year alone, look at the results West Ham were getting this year. This is this year, December 29th till basically February 22nd. These were the results West Ham were in. And then Arsenal comes along and gives them their first win in what? In 8 games. Santa Claus FC, that's what we are. We banter every single team. We banter as we have any chest and reasoning to get behind and banter them. And at the end of the day, we stop, and yeah, we are where we are. It's gonna be a very, very sad note today on stream, isn't it? We are we are the same as the same goes for Fulham. Same goes for, let's be real, same goes for as you said there, Newcastle, and we still have to face Newcastle. We'll still have to face Fulham. And it could get really ugly real soon, and people may say, oh, but look, we are still second. It's a top 4 race for Arsenal, because look, and once again, look at this. Arsenal are sitting second, which is obviously, well, good technically, but overall it's just awful and abysmal. Let's just put it that way. 3 years we have a chance to finish second. It's not it. And we are 11 points now behind Liverpool, with 13 games to go. 4-game swing. 4-game swing! And that is only if we win 4 games, Liverpool lose 4 games. And it just doesn't look like it's gonna happen. It doesn't look like it's gonna happen. I already seeing Liverpool fans on some level celebrating their title, celebrating the fact that there's a big chance that Mohamed Salah is gonna break Thierry Henry's assist record as well, and everything. So, yeah. It's sad times. It's sad times being an Arsenal fan. I see people saying, oh, but we get top 4 again. And this is the mentality that has been adapted by the most of the Arsenal's fan base. When Wenger said top 4 is like a trophy, we are where we are right now. They accept it. They accept it. They think it's acceptable. It's a good thing. And yeah, I'm kind of lost for words. I don't know what to say, what to basically put out there, but I need to get this off my chest to some extent. And we're going to talk about Odegaard. I think everything will come out then, but we're going to get to that in a second. But yeah, Arsenal are 11 points behind Liverpool, which means, let's be real, title race is over. If we had a chance to have anything, we should have won. We should have won yesterday. And Nottingham Forest are 6 points behind us. If we lose to Nottingham Forest on Wednesday, they're only 3 points behind us. And then again, if they overtake us, it's going to be even worse. And now look, at Newcastle, Manchester City, 9 points behind us. Yes, only 9 points behind us. Let's be real, 3 games. And we still have to play Newcastle. Let's not forget that. So everything can go out the window real quick. We might actually we are in a top 4 race currently. 9 points. Yes, Liverpool are only 2 points above, 11 points. But at the same time, let's not kid ourselves. We are closer to dropping out of top 4 than we are to being first. Let's get it straight. 7th place is 10 points behind us, and that is Chelsea. 11-point difference from Liverpool separates us from Aston Villa, who are 8th. It's not acceptable. It's not good enough. We shouldn't be in this spot. If we would have done the necessary signings over the years, we would be winning the league this season. Without shadow of a doubt. Without shadow of a doubt. Big up Pepper, I see you on social media today. You were checking out, I saw that and everything. I can't blame you. I'm not gonna lie, I cannot blame you. I saw you today, you're back. I think you took some time off and it was insane. Probably got drunk and everything. Yeah, maybe as I got roaring drunk last night, washed my way the pen. Basically, that's what it is. Arsenal have turned us to drinking heavily in a way, and that is not a good thing as well. Suck FC and everything. I was very close to checking out of football completely for the season yesterday. And I don't blame you. I don't blame you, because Arsenal to some extent is something we look forward to get out of everyday life. Because everyday life can be tough as it is. And football in some way is an escape from the world, just to forget something that's happening in real life. Maybe some problems at work, maybe some problems in general, at home or something. But yeah, Arsenal are even, at the moment are even adding to that, which is kind of painful, which is genuinely painful to say the least. And Kwame is pissed, totally pissed. You're talking about self in the third person, it's already, it's curtains. Salah will beat Thierry Henry's Premier League. He's gonna beat assist goal record easily. It looks like that way. It genuinely looks that way. Yeah, I don't know. I want Odegaard gone from the football club. Yeah, this manager can take his lover boy with him. Yeah, that is the case. Arteta out. Odegaard is not it. Let's be real. We're going to talk about him in a split second, but Odegaard is definitely not it. No chance in hell he is it. On top of that, Arsenal are a team who have received the most red cards since Mikel Arteta has taken over. Isn't that something to be very excited about? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Arsenal have received the most red cards since Arsenal hired Mikel Arteta. 20 red cards. You realize how that mad is for a year, which doesn't seem a lot, but especially in recent times, it's quite a lot. And the closest team is only 15. 5 red cards. That's 5 games, arguably. Let's be real. 2 red cards in a game for one team is very, very rare occasion, to say the least. So that as well is telling you something. They'll need to get out KSC board manager. Exactly. I worry about Lewis Skelly and him getting a reputation like Xhaka. He's not gonna get a reputation like Xhaka. One thing I'm gonna say in this regard is that it's similar like with Wanjeri. Every single game they gonna play for this season and arguably for next season is like a new experience. It's gonna take, I think, a season or 2 for them to actually realize what big time football is all about. Let's just put it that way. Yes, we can compare him to Yamal's and everything. He gets compared. I'm talking about Vangueri here, but that's not it. Let's be real, those two players play like they know big time football as well. They genuinely don't look like they are out of place. That the biggest thing is that their inexperience and their youthfulness in decision making at certain times is just a big issue. And let's be real, to some extent, Skelly's red card yesterday was basically to cover up for Raya. Because Raya, for some weird goddamn reason, was at center circle yesterday. And if Kudus gets to the ball, let's be real, he has a free run into empty net. Let's just put it that way. He would have easily scored, it would be 2-0. And the game definitely is done by then. So to some extent, I kind of think that Miles Lewis-Skelly took one for the team to kind of give us still a 1-0 so we can maybe try and even salvage a draw to some extent. But overall, Skelly is now out for most likely 3 games, so he's going to miss, what's its face, Nottingham Forest during the week. He's going to miss Chelsea, and he's going to miss Man United, by the looks of things at least. So, hey, it is what it is, I guess. We have to do that. Not acceptable topping the red card table. Exactly. We shouldn't be a team that basically is on top of the table in terms of red cards. In 5 years, we have received the most red cards. That should not be the case. He only misses 1 game. Oh, that's at least nice. If he misses only 1 game, at the same time he misses Nottingham Forest game, which to some extent at this stage is a very important game, because if we lose that game, Nottingham Forest are only 3 points behind us. We saw today what happened with Nottingham Forest. They were 1-0 up. Hudson-Odoi scored in 6 minutes against Newcastle. Then they went 4-1 down, and in second half, Newcastle, I don't know if they switched off or what, but Espirito Santo changed the tactics to some extent, and it was 4-3. There were chances for Nottingham Forest even to get a draw or even a win. They were actually pushing for it. They were playing like a proper top 4 side. They were going for it. And Nottingham Forest were attacking and everything. And I kind of get the feeling that when we're going to play them during the week, they're going to play the other side. They're going to play a bit more defensive, which obviously we all know that Arsenal don't do well against these low mid blocks and everything. So that means that they're going to get the maximum advantage with Hudson-Odoi, with Elanga on the wings and everything. They will eat us alive to some extent. There's a big possibility of that happening. Let's not kid ourselves. We won the red card trophy. Basically, red card trophy, top of the league, boys. 18 years old. We are on the clean sheet of worst disciplinary record. Yeah. Skelly was only sent off because of... Exactly. That's the biggest thing. That's why I believe he took the red card. To keep it at 1-0, because Kudus would have had run at empty net. He could have easily lobbed from there into 2-0, and it's done and dusted. We are not gunners, we are runners up now. Yeah, definitely. We are bottlers and runners up. Raya should play striker, he's fast. Feels that way. Raya did a better DM moment than any of our midfielders yesterday. Raya won 1 out of 1 ground duels. Dude, isn't that telling you something? That David Raya is the most efficient ground duels winner. Where the fruity gunners now without the Arteta sauce when he's installed? Yeah. We should bring Javi, Ancelotti, Klopp. Like there are managers to get. Let's be real. Obviously, we're not gonna get Klopp. He's at Red Bull. He's doing all his thing there, and he said himself that he's not gonna manage any other team besides Liverpool. Right? I totally get that. But there are options. There are Allegri. I don't want Xavi. I'm gonna put it that way. Xavi has won a title with Barcelona, but I don't want Xavi. Let's just put it that way. But Ancelotti, it looks like his contract is he's gonna be available in summer. Go get him. Sack Arteta, go get him. Exactly. Get Allegri. Get me Inzaghi. Exactly. Get Inzaghi. He's at the moment in Champions League with Inter Milan. See what happens there. But we could get Inzaghi. Gasperini, I don't want. Let's be real. Gasperini, I don't want. He got annihilated by Club Brugge and everything, and he's not it. He's 70 years old, and I don't think he's gonna do the job. For me, Gasperini is a no-go. I'm gonna put it that way. For me, Gasperini is a no-go. But let's not kid ourselves. There are managers who are available, and Arsenal, if they have any ambition, should be going for that. In random piece of news, according to TBR Football, Arsenal apparently have contacted Frankie de Jong about a potential summer deal. Another injury-prone player potentially coming to Arsenal. Let's let that sink in. Let's just let that sink in, by the way. Injury prone player, plus his wages, no chance anyone's paying him a 700 grand a week like Barcelona are paying. So if he is available for like 150 to 200, I'm gonna take him. Otherwise, no chance in hell. We are not serious whatsoever in that regard. I'm not gonna lie, it's painful. It's painful. Get David Moyes over, etc. That already is a bit of a piss take. I'm not gonna lie, to some extent. Now I get that he's one more. So he has turned Atalanta in a top 2 Serie A team, but he's not it. For me, he's not it. No, not it. Almost any manager who has a CV would be better option than Arteta. That's the case. To be honest, if I'm not mistaken, even our assistant coach has better CV than Mikel Arteta. Airport Albert, hasn't he? Doesn't he have a better CV than Mikel Arteta? If I'm not mistaken, where? Airport Albert. I'm gonna put it that way. Albert, okay. Let's do it this way. If I'm not mistaken, Airport Albert has better CV. Here we go. He's a Dutch assistant manager. He's from the Netherlands, first of all. His career, he has been. This is what is his resume, his CV is telling us. This is Airport Albert's CV in general. He has been manager for Netherlands under 17s, under 21s. He's been United's assistant manager. He's been Genk's manager. And he's been Wales' assistant manager. So he has, by default, much better CV already than Mikel Arteta, because he actually has been a manager. Let's be real. There is no issues about that. He managed 50 games for Genk, obviously got only 1.76 points on average, which is, let's be real, not great, but Genk is Genk. And overall, they were not bad. They were losing, they were winning. It doesn't look too bad. He got them to quarterfinals of Europa League. Lost to Celta Vigo, 4-3 on aggregate. Let's just put it that way. But overall, he already has better. He got to semi-finals of Belgian Cup as well. So what are we doing here? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? No, he got to the finals even. This is kind of nuts if you think about it. That is kind of nuts when you look at that from that retrospect, to be honest. Moyes has won more than, yeah. Moyes has won your Conference League, by the way. He has won in Europe. Arteta has done nothing. Exactly. No, Airport Albert does. Yes, Aaron Goon went through it. Exactly. Stuyvenberg. Yeah. We was never in a title race. You have to be a top league. Exactly. We were in title race let's be real. Last year and year before that, we were in a title race. This year, we have been pretty much all the season quite a bit off Liverpool. Let's just put it that way. Yeah, Arteta is just a fraud. The fact that Slot came in first season, he's cooking or embarrassing for Arteta. Exactly. And that's the biggest thing. He has signed only Chiesa. Liverpool have signed only Chiesa in summer, and that's it. He has obviously the same squad. He has obviously the Champions League, Premier League winning players in there, in Salah, Alisson, Van Dijk, Robertson, Trent, Tsimikas, and players like that. But overall, let's be real, their midfield hasn't won Premier League or Champions League. They have World Cup winner, let's be real. The players have won something in the other leagues they have played, so they have proven winners in the team. That is the case. But hey, what do we know, right? What do we know? But Slot in the first season is doing it. Let's be real. In phase 1, he's doing it. Let's not kid ourselves. Phase 1, no money spent. He's winning the league. Oh, but this team, as Top Gunners were saying, was built to basically capitalize at the time when City has a drop-off. Well, City are having a drop-off this season, a massive one. And we still are a bridesmaid. We are runners-up. Nagelsmann, Zidane, yeah, get me them. Get me them. Liverpool will be the new City for... Maybe not for years, but definitely City is going to be back next season. And Liverpool also are going to invest next season. So basically that's already pretty much two teams that are going to be above Arsenal. Because City already have been pretty much confirmed that they're going to spend like 200-300 million more in summer to basically solidify their team. It's already pretty much been confirmed. Which also shows you that this 115 means jack shit. Because it's not going to do anything to them. Big up Liam. Big up, by the way. Guard of Honor at Anfield would be the final humiliation. Exactly. We actually are in a position to do the Guard of Honor for Liverpool at Anfield by us. The banter from Liverpool fans and the rest of the league will be unbearable. Let's just put it that way. It's just, yeah. LeGrove Mutant told us that City will... all of these. That when City we fall, will be there. Yeah, we are there. We are nowhere near there, but we are there. Let's just put it that way. When will enough be enough? Yeah, enough is enough. When this enough will be enough. That is the big thing. When it will be enough. When actually they will wake up and smell the coffee. That for me is the big question. I have no idea what to say and what to do in that regard. Anyways, Martin Odegaard. Remember that guy? Let's look at this, by the way. I just wanted to show you this because I really want to show you this. Look, this is Martin Odegaard's heat map this season. He plays pretty much solely on the right side. He doesn't do anything on the left. He doesn't do anything on the right. He does on the left or anywhere else. He just plays on the right. That's basically together with Saka or Ranieri. That's what he does. Gives the ball to Saka and hopes he bails him out. He gives the ball to Ranieri and hopes he bails him out. That is the case. That genuinely is the case. That's what he does. And he hides from the ball. He backs out from the tackles. Let's do this, by the way. Let's do this. Let's genuinely do this because this is the thing I wanted to talk about. This was the I wanted to talk about. See here. We win the header. Ranieri goes and passes the ball to Trossard here. In this situation, we have 2-on-2 going on. And if... wait. I'm gonna pause this so I don't get copyright struck, basically. In this situation, we have 2-on-2 going on here. If Trossard passes the ball in between the defenders, he is in on net. Odegaard is in on net on his strong foot, by the way, left foot, and he can take a shot. Near corner or far corner. Pick your poison, right? What Odegaard does in this situation, he runs away. Look, he runs away. And Trossard is looking at Odegaard and thinking, what the hell are you doing, man? Then Trossard takes a heavy touch because of that, and he gets tackled and loses the possession. And look, where is Odegaard when Trossard gets tackled? 6 defenders are back for West Ham, and Odegaard is on the far right corner, nowhere to be seen. Nowhere to be seen. Genuinely, he goes like Dora the Explorer. He goes on a field trip. That's what he does. That's what he does. But it doesn't stop there. He doesn't stop there. Look at this. He backs out of tackles as well. He backs out of tackle here to fight for the ball. He backs out of tackle here to go for the ball. And he backs out of tackle here to fight for the ball. Every single chance he gets, he genuinely hides, doesn't make a tackle, and he is our captain, who should be leading by the goddamn example. He is the guy who should get us over the line, lead us by the example, and do everything for us to win the games, win the league, and do everything in his power to drag us over the line. He's our captain. We should be turning to him for help in these tough moments to basically get us over the line. And it shows everything. When Saka wasn't injured, when Odegaard was injured and Saka was playing, Saka still scored, assisted, and carried the team. As soon as Saka is out, Odegaard is in, we disappear. And it just shows more than ever that we are Saka FC. Odegaard is not good enough whatsoever, and he shouldn't be the captain of Arsenal football team, because he should be setting the tone for every single player how to act on the pitch. He backs out from tackles, from challenges, he holds up the ball 10 times longer than he should, he takes extra long touches, he does 50 hair flicks, does ring around the rosy about 50 times, then unleashes the pass. And by the way, that pass is backwards to Saliba or Gabriel for recycling the ball, because by the time he takes his 50,000 touches, all the passing lanes are gone, all the momentum is gone, and we basically set up and we camp on the edge of the opponent's box. He's weak, he's pathetic, he has more snot in his hair than anything, he has more hair flicks and more snot in his hair than he has actually ability of creation. That's what it is. That's genuinely what it is. And look at this, by the way. If we look at this, where is Premier League, Premier League. Currently we are sitting top. Premier League tables, and we need mark players. So here we go. Players, top goal scorers in Premier League this season. Arsenal player, closest one is Kai Havertz in 16th place, 21 games, 9 goals. We are 25 games into the season, 26 almost, and our top goal scorer has 9 goals. Next Arsenal player, right? Let's wait until it loads, is in 40th place, and that is Gabi Martinelli with 6. Then there's Bukayo Saka, who hasn't played for 3 months, and he has 5 goals. This is our team. Our top goal scorer is Havertz with 9 goals. And then if we look at even assists, right? Here we go. Where is any Arsenal player? Saka, who hasn't played again for nearly 3 months, has 10 assists and has had that since he got injured. Since he got injured, he has gone 10 assists, and he still is second in the league for assists, by the way, together with the left back, together with the Damsgaard, and everything. And he hasn't played for 10 games almost. That's how this is our team. And then we have to scroll for Declan Couscous to 22nd place with 5 assists. Big question is, where is Martin Odegaard in this? Merino has 1 assist. Well, good for him. How many assists does Odegaard have? Calafiori has an assist. Vanieri has an assist. Where is Odegaard in all this equation? Ben White has even an assist. Sterling has an assist. It's not Odegaard here. Where is Martin Odegaard? Partey has 2 assists. He's not even here. Where is he? He's not there. I'm looking. Martinelli has 3 assists. Havertz has 3 assists. And here is Martin Odegaard. 3 assists in 18 games he has played this season. Our creative spark is 58th in the assists in Premier League. Oh, but when he comes back from injury, Arsenal will be back to the old good Arsenal. He hasn't been good for a year and a half. Let's be real. He hasn't been good for a year and a half. Because Odegaard looks good only when Arsenal play good. Remember, we all remember the assist Odegaard gave to Havertz when we beat Chelsea at home 5-0. We all remember that Havertz assist. Because that was one of those games where Havertz was immense, phenomenal, and fantastic. Now let's think about the games where we don't, and that's it. Then you have Villa, where he's useless. Bayern, where he was amazing in the first half at home. After that, he was abysmal. He has been abysmal the whole year, by the way, and he is not that guy to get us over the line. 58th in assists. 3 assists. He is our creative spark. And by the way, let's go back to goals, because I want to see where he is in goals. I would assume page 5, page 6, something like that again. Where is Odegaard? Odegaard, here we go. 2 goals this season, 110th place in Premier League in goals. 2 goals this season. 2 goals! 2 goals, 3 assists this season from Martin Odegaard. That's our captain, who should be leading by example. Who should be leading by goddamn example. He is weak sauce. He is useless. Let's be real. If there was a possibility for us to sell him, I would in a heartbeat. Kid you not. Because Odegaard, we signed him for £35 million. And now he's available for about 100 million, his value on Transfermarkt. If I had a chance to sell him and invest that money in Musiala, in Wirtz, in someone like that, I would do it in a goddamn heartbeat. I kid you not, I would do it in a heartbeat. I would sell him instantly. No questions asked, no nothing. No nothing. It's crazy how our fan base are constantly clowned for not winning, but they are addicted to not winning. Exactly. If I speak. Exactly. Worst captain I've ever seen. Worse than William Gallas, who when we conceded was crying on the pitch. Remember that? Those days? If we actually had trophy currency in our wallet, the banter would be... Would exactly. Even Gallas was bare and he was... That's the big thing. More hair flicks per game. He's worse than Ozil. Hides in games more often. Exactly. Odegaard just runs around, so it looks like he's doing something. Because Oh, look at the distance he has covered. Oh, that he buzzes like a little bee all across the pitch. That's all he does. He backs out from challenges, tackles, and everything. Genuinely, that's abysmally shocking. Odegaard goes from one West Ham player in front of... Exactly, that's the big thing. One player, Trossard gives the ball between the defenders, Odegaard's in. Strong foot, across body, near corner, pick your poison. But he runs behind the defender, and Trossard looks at him and thinks, where the hell you're going, you moron? And he takes a heavy touch, he gets tackled. By the time we look at we just watch the replay, 6 players are in front of him. He can do nothing. He should have run straight. Exactly, he should have just ran straight, and that's about it. A proper manager sums him up instantly, exactly. And to be honest, Odegaard is the only captain I've seen in world football, to be honest, who gets subbed off consistently every single almost bloody game. Not every single, but about 80-90% of the games he gets subbed off. Which captain gets subbed off? Did you see ever Puyol, Chiellini, Ramos, Maldini, Kevin De Bruyne and players like that in their prime getting subbed off? This guy's 26. He should be in his prime right now. He should be hitting in his prime. But looks like he's hitting the deep ends of the biggest uselessness in the world. The short free kick that took the biscuit, exactly. And we passed it straight backwards. Worse, no wonder Real Madrid and Sociedad didn't want him. That's the big thing. Real Madrid saw a chance, they said, yeah, peace out. There is a reason why Ancelotti sold him to us. Remember, we signed Odegaard when Ancelotti was still there. Odegaard was there, Ancelotti sold him. Ancelotti got sacked, and he has come back and won again. That is the biggest mind blown in all of this. Make that make sense. By the time Odegaard has been here. And now Ancelotti has signed Goulet, Brahim Diaz is back, and they're 10 times the player Odegaard is. If he was that good, exactly. That is the biggest thing. That is the biggest thing. Yet, that comes into this equation. What Arsenal sign? Havertz, Chelsea reject. Jorginho, Chelsea reject. Jesus, City reject. Zinchenko, City reject. Mkhitaryan, United reject. Odegaard, failed wonder kid, Real Madrid reject. It all comes together. It genuinely all comes together. It's actually nuts. Saladin and Bernard, that's the biggest thing. You know, we just can get to a point where all these guys just say goodbye. Because Chidobe Martin saw what we are doing with strikers. BRF left, what's its face? Balogun just got sold. We played in Nketiah, we haven't signed a striker. Jesus, Havertz. Chidobe Martin was looking at this mess and said, well, I don't want to be part of this shit. And he decided to go to a team that at the moment is 10 times worse than Arsenal. And now I'm saying that they probably could beat us even on the weekend when we're gonna play United after this break, after a few weeks. He decided to go open-mindedly to Manchester United, just like Aiden Heaven did. Open-mindedly, those two decided to go to United. I know it's about the money because they offered more money. But if you actually saw a future to get into the team and you actually cared, you probably would have stayed at the team and kept fighting. Chidobe Martin is playing for United, by the way. He comes on as a sub now. Because Xerxes, or aka Zerkamp, Zerbatov as United fans tend to call him, is not good enough. Hoyland, again, another one that's not good enough. Like, those two, it baffles me that our youth system is so messed up that they are both left. They both left. We have Miles Lewis Skelly by default is a number 8/number 6. We play him as a left back. Max Daumann could come into the team. If we play him as a left back, I'm gonna genuinely do something. Saladin as well. He's a midfielder. Where are we gonna play him? Because Odegaard's undroppable. Manyiri would be perfect in the 10 role. Oh, but he's not gonna do that because Odegaard is his little shiny toy. It's his adopted child. He loves him very dearly. He's not gonna do that. Remember the days when we said, when Odegaard was injured, play Manyiri in the 10. We all were genuinely calling and crying for it. And he never did it. He played Merino there. He played Trossard there. He played Havertz there. Never ever. As soon as Saka got injured, he tried Martinelli on the right wing. He tried Havertz on the right wing. And again, Arsenal fan base, we all went nuts. We were asking why the bloody Vanieri is not playing there. And instantly, bang, Vanieri plays on the wing. Like, for our fan base, Vanieri and Skelly, I would say, Arsenal fan base would go nuts if Vanieri left, if Skelly left, or Saka left, or Saliba would leave. Those 4 players, or Gabriel, okay, 5 players, if one of those leave, there would be riots around the Emirates. 100%. Odegaard, if leaves, I would assume as well. Even though, for example, I don't want Odegaard here. Maybe try him in an 8 and play Vanieri as a 10. But we can't do that because we don't have wingers. And by the way, I still haven't seen anything about Vanieri. Because he was subbed off for Raheem Shillings yesterday. And he was limping on the side of the pitch as he was subbed off. He didn't even run across the pitch to get subbed off. He actually went out down the sidelines of the pitch. So there's a possibility Vanieri might be injured. And if that is the case, our attack for the next games until Martinelli comes back in a month will be Trossard, Merino, Raheem Shillings. And that is going to be for PSV, Nottingham Forest, United, Chelsea, against those teams potentially. Make it make sense. Like Ragnick said, open heart surgery the club needs. Exactly. Ownership, board, manager, have the team. 4 things. We might be genuinely entering some very dark times at Arsenal. Very dark times. Odegaard, oh my goodness gracious. That's a good one. That's a good one. Should have signed Bellingham. If we had a chance. He lacked right foot strength too. Always. He has no right foot. That's the biggest thing. He predominantly puts the ball on his left foot just so he can play the ball, just like Ozil did. He has no right foot. That's what it looks like. And that is a big issue. He has no right foot. If on Laurie claimed that Odegaard has been scapegoated, I assume. Holy crap. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'd rather not say. I know FC25 is not real, but they gave him 90. No, Odegaard by default in FC25, if I'm not mistaken, is 87 rated. He has special cards, right? I don't count those because those EA can give out as they want. Odegaard by default is 89 rated card. It's an 89 rated card by default. 89 rated. By default, Odegaard is on EAFC. By default, 89 rated. And they have given him 5-star skills. Kid you not, EA have given Odegaard 5-star skills and 2-star weak foot. 5-star skills for Odegaard. Holy crap, what skills he does on the pitch. You want to tell me he's doing the same things Ronaldinho does on the pitch? Are you drunk? He does the same things Neymar does on the pitch. Are you drunk? Are you genuinely drunk? He has 2-star weak foot, which actually seems fair. But you know what doesn't seem fair? Is Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka by default is 87 rated. I know I'm a bit off topic. And he has 4-star weak foot, 3-star skills. And that's again because of EA. That is the biggest issue here. Anyways, back to Martin Odegaard. Enough of EAFC talk. Let's be real. Enough of EAFC talk. We are here to talk about football, not a game. Top Gunners always say you're saying this after one poor game. They have goldfish memory. Genuinely, they are going one game per game basis. They forget the games that have happened before. Oh, but what about all the games then when he has been awesome? Great. But if you look at the games when he has been great, it's predominantly games when we bear opponents. When every single player on the team, pretty much at the end of the game gets 10 out of 10, 8, 9 out of 10 ratings because we were that good. I want to see Odegaard get this 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 rating when we are in the shitter, when we need us drag us over the line. Because if you ask me right now, on top of my head, give 3, 4, even 4 or 5 games where Odegaard has basically taken the game by the scruff of its neck while we're struggling and dragged us over the line, I'm actually struggling to even name 2. That is the big issue here. And he is our so-called captain. He is our captain, by the way. He should be leading by example. But no, he just passes to Vanieri on Saka and prays that one of those 2 can bail him out. That's why he looks so good most of the time. Even FIFA has been dueled by... Yeah. As for our striker situation, just play through... Exactly, play Butler or Odegaard, don't care. I know Butler or Odegaard hasn't kicked the ball for Arsenal whatsoever. Odegaard hasn't played for Arsenal whatsoever, 0 games in Premier League in his career. But he doesn't get a kick of the ball. He much rather plays Merino at the top rather than Odegaard. He doesn't give him a chance. Give this guy a chance. He can't be worse than these bums we play at striker. We are in phase 5 and we play our number 6 as a striker. Make it make sense. 800 million spent. We are going for the title and everything. And we are playing our number 6 as a striker. 3.5 years since 3 years since Aubameyang has left, still haven't replaced him. Which club does that? Given the fact that Arsenal were phenomenally well known for their attacking strength, power and energy. I mean, I'm not going to even go about over all the strikers we used to have, because those names, genuinely, these guys we have at the moment at striker cannot even lace those strikers' boots. Let's just say it as it is. Butler or Odegaard, 22, he hasn't kicked the ball for Arsenal. And you know what the worst part is about all of this? 100% can guarantee you that Butler or Odegaard, since he hasn't kicked the ball for Arsenal and he is 22, he's gonna end up like the 20 youngsters ended up last summer, like Rule Walters and everyone else, that we're gonna let him go for free. That's how he's gonna end up, solely due to the fact that he's 22 and still hasn't kicked the ball for Arsenal. That's the mad part. That is the mad part. And it's not a surprise that a player like Chido Martin was looking at this, that even Butler or Odegaard is not getting a game. He just sits on the bench. And he said, oh, peace out, I'd rather play for United, who are in the shitter, rather than play for Arsenal. It's not a surprise. It's not a surprise. There's a big possibility. Pray for PSV. Let's get it trending like we did last year. Pray for Bayern Munich. We trended, our top Gunners trended that last year. Let's trend this for PSV as well. Pray for PSV. Every team we play now will outplay us because they know we have weaknesses. Just like West Ham did, they knew we would struggle. Exactly. With the attack we have, we would struggle against Birmingham City. Against Plymouth. We would struggle against them. Yeah, he's been starting a lot. He has Butler Odegaard, yeah? 10 games, 7 goals, 6 assists in Premier League 2. He doesn't kick a ball for Arsenal's main team. Butler Odegaard as well. Whoa. Where did the chat go? Oh, you are so active in the chat. Big up to everyone. Graham Potter, if you haven't already, like the stream, subscribe and all that stuff, by the way. Graham Potter gets Don Marco for exposing Arteta. Yeah. Big up G-Star. Big up my guy. Arteta is so poor against low blocks. And that's the biggest thing. That's how, most likely, Nottingham Forest are going to play on Wednesday. And they're going to hit us on counters with Elanga, with Hudson-Odoi, and players like that. And they're going to destroy us. Sell him right now. Exactly, and buy Wirtz. If I had a chance to sell Martin Odegaard right now, on the spot, we would probably get about 80, 90 million. Most likely. Although it's Arsenal we're talking about here, so about 60, 70 million. Because we don't know how to sell players, obviously. And I would just add about 20, 30 million and try and go get Wirtz. Go get, what's its face? Musiala or someone like that. Go get those players. Why not? It's a time we should be acting like a big club. Not like some sort of a baby Sunday League team. Odegaard has been, exactly, 3 seasons. Saka has been carrying Arsenal since he got called up from the academy, pretty much. Since he got put on the right wing, he's been carrying us every single season. Bukayo Saka and Emil Smith-Rowe, the season we finished 5th single-handedly, were the reason why Arteta didn't get sacked after 2-8s. We balled the top 4 that year, but they were the 2 reasons why we actually finished 5th even. We were about 1-2 points behind the 4th place. Sole reason was Bukayo Saka and Emil Smith-Rowe why he didn't get sacked. Rice has more assists and goals than him. Exactly. Big up. Odegaard didn't do anything. He was so slow. He should be stripped from the captaincy on the spot. He should be tried as a number 8. and then try Ranieri as a 10 because we need attacking directness from the number 10 spot, and then play Shillings, play Kabia on the wing for all I care. Play Kabia on the wing. Give him a go. Why not? Why the hell not? What do we have to lose? Season is over. Play the youngsters for all I care. Right now. And go from there. Give them time. See what works. If they don't work, sell them. If they work, keep them. I wish Trossard could confront Odegaard about that, but then the dictator Arteta would drop him into the bench. Yeah, that would be the case. And to be honest, I would confront Odegaard for that. And if Arteta does that, I would request transfer. I don't give a damn. Generally don't give a damn. I would put out a public statement that Arteta screwed this up. He's not the man and everything, and I would just peace out. You need to collab with Lee Gunner. Your content is amazing. Dude, that to some extent that would be quite insane link up. Let's be real. That would be insane. Maybe sometime in the future, who knows? Maybe, but hey, time only will tell. Big up, big up, big up. Thanks for the support. Big up. Odegaard is yeah, pretty much captain for PR. It's also not a coincidence that, for example, Odegaard, Norway versus Kazakhstan, right? Odegaard plays 60, 70 minutes. Norway do nothing. He got injured. That was the game when he got injured, by the way. He gets subbed off. They sub on, I forgot who, Akram or someone like that. And instantly they score 3 goals. Coincidence? Coincidence? I don't think so. It's not a coincidence that without Odegaard we still manage to score and win games. But with Odegaard we are struggling even to have a shot on target at the end of the day. Kasper the Ghost Guard, basically. Arteta never learns. It's actually mind-boggling, but hey, what did you expect from a novice? We cannot even call him a novice these days. 5.5 years in charge, still makes the same mistakes he made in the first year. Still makes the same mistakes in terms of substitutions, tactics, situational awareness, and decision making. Same mistakes, nothing has changed. Oh dear God, that sounds very good about him. To some extent, I hope Mikel Arteta has the decency for himself to resign. Although he earns 15 million a year, so if he resigns himself, he doesn't get the payout, the extra 30 million from Kroenke. So I'm not so sure about that. The longer this failing manager drags out his stay here, the sweeter the day will be when it finally comes. When finally comes club statement. Could be the case, genuinely. Dauman, 10 billion... Dude, Dauman, he cannot play, unfortunately, for Arsenal. Because he's registered to under 16, so he can't play this season. But I would love to see Saladin. I would love to see Dauman next season. I would love to see Ranieri as a 10. But obviously Arteta doesn't want that. Imagine the scenes when Arteta... I would assume half of the fan base would be genuinely heartbroken, crying. They would put a mural outside the Emirates for Mikel Arteta. There'd be flowers, candles lit, and everything. Thank you for everything. Best Spaniard we know, and all that stuff would be out there. Arteta will destroy our club if he... Yeah, we are going in that direction. We were arguably only thing that's different from the time Wenger left to the time Arteta is here at the moment. Arguably is the league position, because we still have players who are nowhere good enough, who are championship level, conference league level. We still have the salaries. We are paying championship level players with world-class Champions League salaries. That's the thing. Similar manager who basically covers Kroenke's asses every single time. Only difference is, under Wenger in the last few years, we won trophies. Arteta cannot do that. We finished in top 4. We sacked Wenger because we dropped out of top 4. Arteta has top 4, so he's not going to go as well. Just those 2 words, club statement, gave me a small dopamine hit. At some point, hopefully, I want to wake up one day and see Kroenkes have sold Arsenal and Arteta resigns. That would be genuinely the day I would shit rainbows. Kid you not. That would be the day when I take day off from work just to solely have a 5-hour stream about this everything. Most likely. He should be... Yeah, I think Kroenkes will never sell the club. Profits keep going up. Exactly. They keep raising ticket prices. Merchandise comes out almost every other week, what it feels like. 16 times we have released merch this season. 16 times. We don't even have 16 wins in Premier League, by the way. And everything. And commercial deals go up, TV revenue goes up, everything goes up. Arsenal pretty much after this season most likely is going to be in net profits over everything. Game of... Yeah. Exactly, Marlon. Big up. We need to protest like Chelsea fans are doing. We're not going to do that because still, no matter how you look at this, Arteta outs and everything overall are still a minority at the club. No matter how you look at things. Massive minority. Yes, we have a voice, but it's not big enough because the Arteta ins still overshadow Arteta outs. Yes, they get sometimes punch each other up in the stadium, what it feels like outside the stadium. They have arguments and everything. They cuss each other out, the fans. But ultimately, we are not there yet. But we are heading in that direction. Exactly. They give Kroenke a mural outside Emirates. On the wall, on the big wall, full wall for the house, painted with Kroenke, with Josh Kroenke. Our fans will boycott the rest of our... When? When they gonna do that? When our fans are going to basically boycott our home games? Because I would imagine about half of the fans that are in the stadiums are tourists who come to one-off game at times, who basically can't pick game which they're gonna go to and have a trip out. They pay for the hotels, flights, everything. They just go to a one-off, I would say. Let's be real. You get season tickets, right? And if you don't go to 4 games during the season, right, it gets cancelled. You can cancel your ticket, but that also is not gonna hit the Kroenke's pocket, the club's pocket, because there is still a queue of about 50, 60, 70,000 people waiting for season tickets. And whenever I've heard stories from people who live in London, streamers, YouTubers, everyone who say that whenever they pass Emirates and they pass the Armory, Arsenal merchandise shop, it's always buzzing, always full of people. It's never empty, it's never silent. So until all of this stuff starts to hit Kroenke's pockets, most likely nothing will change. Let's boycott and send a message. Yeah, we should, but not enough. Kroenke is out, Arteta out. Exactly. He's 22. That's not actually an experience. It's not like he's 16, 17. Exactly. That's about the Butler Odegaard biggest thing. And he hasn't kicked the ball for Arsenal yet, which basically indicates that there's bigger chance than anything that he's gonna get released on a free, like we did this summer with about 20-something people, youngsters. PSV are licking their lips. Exactly. Phase 5, 5 years, 1 FA Cup. Everything. No Europas, no nothing. Exactly. Arteta never learns. Same mistakes still after 5.5 years in charge. Arteta isn't the man to lead us to anything. Exactly. He was a bang average player. He's now a manager. He's not a bad manager, but he's not a manager for a big club. Because how can you go from just learning job, basically from studies, instantly to the main job? That's like me finishing a uni, getting my degree, and I instantly get elected as the president of the biggest corporation in my country. Or any corporation. It makes zero sense. You start from the bottom and work your way up. Arteta skipped every single step. I got told and taught by my grandfather that for everything you do, there are certain steps you have to take. And you cannot skip a single step, because no matter how many steps you skip basically on the ladder, at some point you will hit a step which will basically drop you down to the step you have skipped because you haven't mastered it. And Mikel Arteta has skipped all the steps and got straight to the top. He has missed every single 5, 6, 7 steps you have in between from the bottom to the top, which you have to learn to be at the top. And he basically, that's why he's clueless and struggling, and he's never going to be a big manager until he takes those steps. And Arsenal is not the place to do it. Because Arsenal is a club where you need to win right now. At least it should be that case. But obviously, top Gunners are happy to be in the top 4, and that's about it. And that's the worst part, because Kroenke said they didn't buy Arsenal to win trophies. Wenger said top 4 is like a trophy. And every single fan, top Gunner, has adapted that mentality. And we are where we are right now. That's why we are in this mess. Oliver Cromwell once said, "In the name of God, go." Exactly. Um, who who was it? Claude. May he rest in peace. Claude. Remember him from AFTV? He said it's time to go and everything about Wenger. Same thing can be applied for Mikel Arteta. Exactly. Wenger 3 Premier League titles and 7 FA Cups. Yeah. Imagine that would be nuts. Ole Gunnar will do a 24-hour stint. Most likely. And I wouldn't hold it against him as well. One single bit. He called this out before Arteta got signed. Month before Arteta signed the contract, he said, I don't want this manager at the club. When Emery got sacked and we got linked with him. And when Arteta signed on December 19th, he said on the stream himself that he said, bring back Emery. Don't want him here. Let's get it straight. 2 8s, 2 5ths, 2 seconds, and possibly now struggling to get top 4. That is a fantastic process. I'm not gonna lie. 800 million process and everything. Phase 5, phase 6 process. Project's about to go bang and everything. All this stuff, and we are about to bang. Out of top 4. Exactly. We are moving backwards. Second 3 times is not acceptable. Exactly. And the worst part is, and I called this during summer and even before I had this channel, I said that finishing second 2 times in a row is one of the worst things you can do, because the time you have to win the league is on second time at worst. Because if you don't do it, 2 things will happen. Other teams will catch you up and figure you out. And second of all, mentally, the players will have such a massive block that they will be so drained, mentally especially, that they will not be able to break through that mental block they have after finishing second twice, especially if it's been a tight race. And we are there right now, and we actually gonna drop. We can challenge for 2 years. 3rd year is always a drop-off year, and 4th year, again, is even bigger drop-off many times. So mentally, we actually might be out. Generally checked out. That's what it feels like. We are runners-up, no champ, no leagues, no nothing. What a progress. Do you think it's slowly tide turning with the fans now starting to... It looks that way. I've seen even toppest of top gooners saying that Odegaard has been shit for the whole season. I've seen that. I've seen that summer window was embarrassment. It's unacceptable. It's coming from the same top gooners who gave 7 out of 10 for the summer window, who said Odegaard is the best number 10 in the league, and saying stuff like that. So there might be some seeds growing into the ideas of the top gooners that something actually is not right. Arteta never managed a club before he took this job and made him suitable for this. Exactly. He has never managed a job. I never won Arteta either as well. Yeah, he won FA Cup, right? And that basically said to me that, okay, give him a year or 2, see what happens. But what happened those times? He finished 8th, we finished 6th, 5th, we balled top 4, and then I realized it's not going to be it. Yes, we were in a title race, we were 8 points clear, but as soon as Saliba got injured, it was pretty much evident we are not going to do this, and yeah, that was about it. That's the biggest thing. I've seen also top gooners today on social media say that if you want Arteta out and you're calling out Odegaard out for his performance for yesterday and over the season, you are a cretin. I've seen top gooners say that. I wanted to write a response on Twitter to one of these guys, but I just said I just rather not dignify even that statement with an answer. I'm not gonna lie. He doesn't even want to hear the name Arsenal, man. He feels exactly. Even though Thierry Henry says Arsenal is number 1 team for him, but even he is starting to call out Martinelli, Arteta, the club, and everyone slowly but steadily. He did. I was watching him at the time, and receipts are there. Gunnar called before Arteta had the job. Exactly. That's the biggest thing. He did. Exactly. Should have got Ancelotti, but no, the fan base thought he was washed up. Exactly. We could have gone Ancelotti twice, by the way, because we could have gone him when we sacked Emery, and we could have gone him when we gave Arteta the extension the second time. We could have gone him 2 times. And no, we got him when we sacked Wenger, and then we got him when we sacked Emery. There were 2 chances for us to get Ancelotti, and we didn't. We said, oh, what he did at Everton and everything. That is genuinely insane. 5 years and no trophies. Exactly. Ball Prem 2 times. Disgraceful. Disgrace. And exactly. I want Allegri. And I don't blame you. I generally don't blame you. What's the difference with playing park the bus useless tactics under Arteta, who doesn't know how to do it properly, or you play defensive football with counterattacks with proper manager who has actually proper style, tactics, and ideas in place how to capitalize on a counter? Big difference. Big difference. And I strongly believe that this team for Arsenal have built is actually made for attacking. Whether it's a full-on attack like we did in 22-23 season, whether it's a counter-attacks like we could play under Allegri or Inzaghi or Jose Mourinho, even that type of style, it's irrelevant as long as it gets us over the line. It's genuinely irrelevant. But the style we're playing right now is useless because Arteta, what he has done in his infinite wisdom, has signed athletes, very physical, tough players in terms of strength and everything over the years, which basically has made us more physically resilient to some extent, even though we get bullied by teams still physically. At the same time, signing these sportsmen physical athletes has cost us because you either have the physical ability or you have the technical ability. And unfortunately, we don't have enough technical ability in the team because Ranieri is the only actually technical player in the team. I want to include Saka in this, but Arteta has partially made him a system player and coach his technicality and his ability to express himself out of him. Because if you look at Bukayo Saka when Arteta just joined to what he plays right now, it's night and day comparatively how he takes on opponents, how he drives past players, and what he does on the ball. Yes, the GA has grown, but overall, the performances doesn't match up to it. He still gets GA, which is fantastic, which is absolutely brilliant because that's what gets us over the line. But I want more, actually, something to look at as well. I was abused by top Gunners for not accepting Arteta when he was first hired, even still now. Exactly, 5 years and nothing has changed. On both sides of the field, by the way. I had IRL debates with rival fans about Teta. They all kept saying what he's good and they can see what he's doing. Yeah, they saw that he was ruining the football club and like the fact, exactly. It's no wonder that most of our rival fans at the moment want Arteta to stay. Because we are slowly diving into abyss. I would take even Nunez as a striker now. To some extent, maybe. Although it's hella annoying would be. I'm a cretin for wanting success. Exactly, that's the biggest thing. I'm a cretin for wanting this club to win trophies, succeed, win titles. That's what it is. They even abused Henry. Exactly. They abused Henry for criticizing Arteta. They said that Thierry Henry is jealous of Mikel Arteta as a manager. Imagine the levels of these top Gunners, what they're smoking when they say stuff like that. Has Arteta won Premier League with Arsenal? Has he gone us over the line? Does Mikel Arteta has a statue outside Emirates? Although given the recent times and how protected he is by the fan base, I wouldn't be surprised. They generally could they will start a GoFundMe to donate to build a statue outside Emirates for Arteta when he leaves and when he has won fuck all at the end of his tenure at Arsenal. I wouldn't be surprised, kid you not. I would not be surprised. Would not be surprised. Been this proud of manager Asa. Big up BX Gunner, yeah. Been him right now. They should shut the hell up. And exactly, they don't. What happens that Spotify wanting to buy Arsenal? Daniel Ek? That was PR. Could be the case, but Daniel Ek didn't get Arsenal. He signed a deal with Barcelona. That's why Barcelona have Spotify on their name. They're playing in Taylor Swift shirts and everything. So it's a weird one in that regard. Maybe we should just take in Dan Rashford and Colomwani. To some extent, yeah. To some extent, I agree. Even though I don't like Colomwani as a player. On the other hand, looking at how everything, we maybe should have. And that Nigerian billionaire, exactly. Yeah. The disrespect of it. Exactly. They disrespecting a legend who has won it all in his career and who has won it all who has won I can't say won it all with Arsenal. He didn't win Champions League, but who was reason why we didn't win Champions League, ironically enough. But in general, you get what I mean. Who has won it? And there's a big possibility that most of these top Gunners, by the way, have never seen Thierry Henry to play for Arsenal and winning a trophy. There's a big possibility. Because most of the top Gunners are teenagers, early 20s. And that time they weren't even born when Arsenal won a trophy last time. Let's be real. Major honors, I mean. Not trophy, but I mean Premier League. Henry won 6 Golden Boots, 6 of the year, along with 2 Premier League titles and 3 FA Cups, exactly. And then he moved to Barcelona and won the Champions League as well. The guy who made us a top 3 club in Premier League getting this... Exactly. It's insane. It genuinely is insane. And then there is this, obviously. Fikayas, the son of football, are saying PSG would be interested in a move to Declan Rice and would be willing to pay over £110 million for the midfielder, but Arsenal won't sell. I just hot to you, man. It's actually nuts when you read stuff like this. Obviously, this is from Fikayas. They are yellow page stories and you cannot trust these whatsoever. Let's be real, because from all the talks they have released during transfer windows, haven't seen them got them one right. But they just talk about all of this. But overall, 110 million for Declan Rice when we paid 105? Like, it's hard to say no to some extent. Genuinely hard to say no to some extent. I kid you not. So Gunners have inserted themselves in eggs every single day. Big up Kwame. Thanks for dropping by. Big up my guy. They can take Rice. Hell no, Rice, baby. Two very opposite types of opinion. Use that money to invest in different positions. No sense, man. That's the thing. If we play Declan Rice properly in his proper position, which is number 6, I wouldn't sell him to some extent. But if we can sell him for a profit, we can reinvest. If we invest properly, that is the big thing. The issue about this is, you say invest in different positions. Do I have trust in this board and manager and ownership to invest this money properly in the players that we actually need? No, I don't. That is the thing. Over the years, we have learned this, we have seen this, so no, I don't whatsoever. 2-time Premier League winning Arsenal legend Henry. The Spanish fraud cannot shine the boots of... Exactly, nowhere near whatsoever. These players ball every season, so yeah. Players and managers come and go, the club and the fans. Exactly, that's the biggest thing. That is the biggest thing. I noticed that Ben White looked like he lost a lot of weight yesterday. Maybe it was just me. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I didn't pay attention to that, but maybe that was the case. Who bloody knows? Who bloody knows? But ultimately, yeah, it all comes down to this. Arsenal are second in the table, which is good on the eye. Let's just put it that way. But when we look in reality, we are in a massive top 4 race, which basically we could end up coming short. His leg looked really thin. I think it also could be due to the fact that he had a surgery, he hasn't trained a lot, it takes time to grow muscle back for him, no matter how you look at things. It could be the case. There was also a picture that when you have a surgery on a leg and everything, if you cannot train properly, you lose muscle on a consistent basis. So to some extent, maybe his leg could be a bit thinner than usual until he basically gets into games, he gets under again the proper diet and he can build it back up. It could be the case of that as well, to some extent, because it takes time. Because metabolisms and everything obviously differ for every single person, so you cannot put it in the one bracket. 8 points behind. We are 11 points behind. Where do you see 8 points behind? We are 11 points behind Liverpool. 11 at the moment. And only 10 points above 7. 7. Yeah, you're blind. I was thinking about what the hell. Nah, all good. Don't worry. All good. We are 11 points behind Liverpool and 10 points above 7th. 11 points above 8th. Basically, the same gap that separates us from the first place is the same gap that separates us from the 8th place. Make it make sense, isn't it? Make it make sense whatsoever. But yeah, ultimately, Odegaard is not the guy. He should be stripped from the captaincy. Arteta is not the right man from the job. And the sad part is, I don't think nothing will change in recent times. That's the sad part about this. Have top Gunners given up yet? They should trust them. They have not. That's the biggest thing. Some of them have not. I was browsing to Twitter today and I saw top Gunners saying, well, look at the injuries we have gotten. Oh, we go next season, give him the money, let him buy the players he needs. But we don't have a striker and everything. It's just bleh, and all that stuff. Yeah, City could get someone. Odegaard should be, he should be stripped and shipped back to Real Madrid. Ship him back to Spain, back to Norway, wherever. Ship him to Rosenborg in exchange for Naipan. Who cares? At the end of the day. Haven't seen anything about Ranieri. That is the biggest issue. That for me is the biggest thing about everything. Haven't seen anything about Ranieri. That for me is the biggest worry at the moment. Because Ranieri came off limping. The fact that I haven't seen anything could be a good thing, right? At the same time, could be the worst thing. Because he was limping here when he came off. He was limping in these images he was coming off the pitch. And that for me is the big worry at the moment. That for me is a big worrisome moment. That is the big worrisome moment for me with Ethan Ranieri currently. AFC Amden, the Mega Mutant spots BS on the... Yeah, true. Same goes for team news and tickets and all that stuff. Kappa watts and everything. If you can't see what Arteta is doing, you can F off down the line. Being told that about gazillion times. In comments, on Twitter, everywhere. Was Top Gunners twerking for City today? Probably. They were twerking for everyone. They were twerking for Spurs last year in May as well, probably. Pants down everything, especially when Son was one-on-one with the keeper. If you're on Arteta fan, don't fucking bring up keepers. True, that is the case. That is the case. Because I have a friend who still backs Mikel Arteta. I'm not gonna lie. I have a fan. When I tweet out whenever just sacked the manager already, he always responds to me. No, I wouldn't. He still has time. Give him the money so he can rectify his mistakes and everything. And whenever I bring up the points that he has spent 800 million, hasn't recruited properly, the injuries is just a lame excuse because last year we didn't have injuries, still didn't got over the line. Odegaard has been shit. Havertz is not a striker and everything. Arteta is tactically very unwise and all this stuff. I just get told, oh, you are so negative. How can you be this negative about the club and everything? Then I said, I'm just realistic. I've seen this club win. Obviously, he has as well because he's the same age as me. We have basically bonded over that when we were playing FIFA back in the day. But overall, yeah, I said that he just doesn't accept the things I accept, and I'm cool with that. He has his opinion, I have my opinion, so time will tell. Obviously, time will tell, but we'll see. I wish Trossard would give Odegaard a black eye for his disgraceful crap yesterday, but that would be talked. Yeah, like there was no altercations, no anything. I generally don't think he calls anyone out. I really wish that, for example, Odegaard just handed in transfer request to some extent and just pieced out, and then when he just pieced the scene, he would call out everything that was wrong with Arteta. Because on the paper, due to PR, Arteta seems fine and rosy and dandy. But I can guarantee you that behind closed doors and everything, it's not as rosy as it seems. Let's be real. Let's be real. Yeah, Trossard watches streams. Well, all of them watches streams. Trossard is Arteta out as well. When he scores, he doesn't celebrate. He looks dejected when Arteta talks to him and everything. It feels that way. We have been second in 3 years. In that time, Chelsea, City, and UCL. We have exactly. That's the biggest thing. Every single top 6 team has won something or multiple times over the time Arteta has been here, and we are just sitting here and just woohoo, top 4, yeah, whoa, and all this crap. It's just embarrassing. Just embarrassing. Once Saka stops believing in Arteta, it's over. The big question is, what if Saka goes to Kroenke's and says, you either sack Arteta or I hand in transfer request. I would love to see Top Gunner's reaction and how social media would react to that. Because Saka, to some extent, he's our franchise player in terms of, if you talk about American owners, everything, franchise player. Team is built around him. It's systematically built for him. And if Saka said that to the Kroenkes, I wonder what they would do. Sack Arteta or sell Kroenkes? Or sell Saka? Because no player is bigger than the club, obviously. No manager is bigger than the club. That is also the case. But there are lots of buts in this as well. If Starboy turns it's finished. Well, he already is doing that, saying in interviews that he wants to attack, and Arteta forces him to defend all the time. And when Timber is at the right back, he doesn't have to defend as much. We need player revolt. Well, Saka already hates how he got injured. Could be the case. He overplayed him with no backups, exactly. I'm sure inside he's mad at Arteta for... There's the thing. At some point, the penny has to drop, and everyone has its breaking point. The question is, when, how, and why? That's the biggest question for me at the end of the day. That is the biggest question for me at the end of the day. But anyways, guys, I think on that note, I will end today's stream. Yeah, we need the whole team to basically revolt to some extent, maybe for something to happen. But yeah, for today, that will be end of the stream. Tomorrow's Monday. I have to go back to work. God damn it. So no morning streams anymore and anything. Big up to everyone. Big up to Liam, BX Gunner, Marlon, Pepper, the Dark Star. Big up to Kwame. Big up everyone who dropped by. Like, subscribe if you haven't already. Subscribe, like, do that all stuff. Share it around. Leave your thoughts down in comments below. Big up Liam. Big up everyone. Big up Pepper. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. See what tomorrow brings. Maybe Arteta will be sacked tomorrow. Who knows? Lol. But yeah, big up chat, big up everyone. Have a nice day today. Have a nice relaxing evening. Enjoy tomorrow because tomorrow is Monday. New week begins. So yeah, let's see what that brings. Let's see what that brings. But yeah, for today, I am out. Take care. Stay safe. Arteta out.